Hey guys, how you doing? It's Gavin here from Start Fresh Personal Training, and today's video is, as you can see in the title, is about sort of the main reason that you can't lose weight, all right? And it's probably the most overlooked thing. We all kind of look for the best diet, the best carbs, whatever it is that you decide to look for. But there's one thing that you're always missing, and that's a decision to make a real change, right? So when I remember the absolute day, the night, not the date, but I remember the day at the time I decided that enough was enough for me, and I was like really overweight. I was in a huge amount of pain basically regarding being overweight. My trousers didn't fit me. I was sick of yo-yo dieting. I've been doing it for 30 odd years, and sometimes you kind of accept that's the way it is. And I remember where I was sitting in work. I was on a night shift and I was watching an infomercial on TV, and it was a training program, and I thought, you know what, I got to give something a go. What I've been doing just hasn't been working, and I need to do something. So I remember researched it hard out, and I thought, right, the decision to make a change was done. That was it. I just decided that doing what I was doing was never going to work. I needed a different sort of approach to it. So I researched it and started doing it. 9 months later, 20 kilos lighter, and so after the first 3 months of doing this training program, I got to the point where it was only 12 weeks, and I got there and I thought, well, now what do I do? 12 weeks, God, do I go back to being the same as I was before, or what do I do? So I just carried on doing it, and the more I did it, and the more I kept going, all the original excuses I used to have around about time, and it was hard, and all those other things sort of dissolve a little bit. And the bottom line of it is that once you make a true decision to make a change, because the pain that you're in, and for me it was just hated being fat and had no confidence. And once I made that decision to make a change, everything else becomes so much easier. And it wasn't easy in the fact, oh yeah, this is a bit of a dawdle in the park, but it made my decision making easier around things. So decisions to not to drink alcohol, not to stop drinking alcohol, not to eat the bad foods and buy the bad foods, and all those things just became things to work on. So all those excuses just become obstacles, and those obstacles, like with anything, are just simply easy to overcome. So what a lot of people do when they try to lose weight, they try to look for shiny objects. They try to find the next big thing that's going to make things easy for them. And I've been there and done it, and it could be a waist trainer, or it could be shake diet or detoxes, and all those things. They sort of try to make it easy for you, and when it's actually not. And all those things that they try to sell you and they try and put you into are really short-term fixes, and it's really sort of like just a short-term fix. And you need to look at the long term, because ultimately, by putting all your energy into one time and one thing, it gets really, really difficult. And if you're just in for the short term, you're going to end up failing, and it's going to be really, really hard, unless your real decision based on a real why and a real pain is going to keep you going forward. So I had an ex-client, I'm not going to mention any names, but came to me with high blood pressure, really, really panicking about it all, all the right ways, need to start training, and it was brilliant. We started training, and then what happened was the doctor decided to put him on blood pressure tablets. And the decision he'd made to the start was really compelling. He was like, I need to get this sorted out. But when that decision was taken away from him, and it was like, oh, you're on blood pressure tablets now, it's okay, then that sort of disappeared, and they stopped training. And it's been a little while now, and they probably not lost that much weight anymore, but the decision was taken away. So what you got to understand is that when you got a real decision, you need to keep on with it, and everything else just goes by the wayside. It doesn't really matter. The decision has been made, and there's no room for anything else. It is what it is, and you're going to carry on doing it. So people may struggle to make a decision. So what you probably find is that you make your decision becomes more of a wish. Or I wish I could lose weight. I wish I could go to the gym, but I can't because I don't want to get up early. I'm not a morning person. Carbs are bad for me. All those things. And yeah, maybe, but they're all excuses trying to hide the fact that you haven't really made a decision to do it. I've got a client right now who gave up smoking. She made a decision to give up smoking, and once she made that decision, simply there was no other alternative. She'd given up smoking, and she'd been off the cigarettes for 4 months, which is brilliant. I know loads of people that's done the same thing. They just made the decision, and there was no room for anything else. It was just the decision was made. Same with fat loss and getting fit. Okay, you just need to make that decision and keep on doing it. So when you make that decision, you're going to come across obstacles, and there's going to be lots of things in the way, and but you have to adapt to them. Okay, you can move sideways to move forward, but you just got to keep trying different things until they work. You know, I don't want to be sort of, you know, nagging and saying, oh, it's just because you haven't, you know, making excuses. But a lot of the time, that's all it is, and you make those excuses to justify your lack of action. That's probably the thing of it. And I used to do it. I used to go, oh, you know, I work shifts, I can't do that, or you know, I'm just too tired. I'm all those things. What time is it now? It's 7:30. I'm on night shift. I'm feeling knackered, and I'm in the gym. And I'm going to train because my decision back all those years ago was to never be fat again, never be overweight again, and you know, my sort of decision to do that outweighs my mood. So, you know, just because I don't feel like doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. And what you got to take away is that everything, regardless of everything, comes down to one thing. And one thing that is you making a decision, but the vehicle you need to make those decisions, everything just comes down to diet and exercise. That's what it comes down to. So as soon as you make a decision to lose weight, don't look for anything sexy and crazy and anything else. Just start exercising, be more active, and start eating a little bit less and changing your diet up, okay? That's the only things you need to do. And if you start here, okay, this is where you make a decision and your goal is there. There's going to be a bunch of different steps in between. And each one of those steps is going to be a little bit closer to your goal. And sometimes you're going to slip back, but as long as you keep pushing forward, as long as you keep that decision in front, you're going to keep on moving forward, and you're going to get there. And like, you know, for me, this last year, it's been quite tough. I've had injuries and everything else, but I've still carried on going because my decision back all those years ago was to never be fat again. And I thought if I stop, I'm just going to go back to my old ways. It's as simple as that. But once you make that decision, everything becomes easy. Once you decide that there's no other way, there's no other possibility, you're going to lose weight, you're going to get fit and healthy, you're going to, you know, be around for longer, less injuries, whatever it is that you decide to do, you've got to do it. And once that decision is made, make it absolutely clear, have a real clear vision. And then the vehicle that you need to take to make that decision and goal a reality is diet and exercise. There's no doubt about it. And you need to eat better. You need to eat real foods. You need to eat regularly. You need to get in the gym, do some resistance training, do a little bit of cardio, get your cardiovascular system working, and that is it. There's really not much to it. So, bit of a ramble. Apologies for that, but guys, make a decision. Do it today, right now. Start afresh. That's what I'm all about. Okay. If you don't make a start afresh or fresh start today, how will tomorrow be any different? That's so true, all right? So make a decision, commit to that decision, and keep it in the forefront of your mind through every single obstacle you come across. Your mood, don't let it affect you, just get it done and start afresh, all right? Anyway, that's enough from me. I got half an hour to get a workout in I don't really feel like doing, so procrastinating on the red right now. So anyway, guys, like I said, start afresh. Don't make a change today. How will tomorrow be any different? Cheers, guys.